my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the
Everybody
procedure,
stay
everyone?
calm.
What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
Everybody calm down!
Help!
Here,
Oh,
take my hand.
ah!
Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me!
Take it. Take my hand.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, chili, baby back, rib. I want my baby chili, baby back, rib. Barbecue sauce. I want my baby back, chili, baby back, rib. I want my baby chili, baby back, rib. Barbecue sauce. I got my baby back ribs.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Love it.
Rob always dances to that. It's like
I dance to all the intros,
his spirit
especially
song.
Camels.
It's a great
Not
music,
all of
great
them.
song.
What the good ones?
I dance to mine.
There's plenty you don't dance to.
Camels
Wow,
Bobby Brown
Camels-
one is the best.
Which one's that? That's the video game one, isn't it?
Yeah, the outro, the Bobby Brown one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I see Camels. I can see the videos that the screen that you're sharing. I see you're checking out your signups. Did you guys get many signups hanging out on John's?
Yeah, I
I mean,
got
what's
like
a
10.
lot? You know, I mean, a lot.
Is it did you get 1,000?
I mean, it's a Malin stream. I mean, you can only get so many. So no, I did
No,
good. I got 5. Yeah.
Nice. We
Malin's chat's one of the best, man. I swear. Like every time I go on there, I
get
get
so many
backers
people
or
in
I
there
get
now.
sign-ups, or it's always people are really keen to at least show some support. It's great.
Yeah. We went through. We're into daylight savings now, so this is actually an hour later for us, Camel. So I thought, oh, we can actually go earlier, and then and then John starts up a big stream. I'm like, oh, okay, let's actually go a bit later. But you know, we'll keep our time slot for the time being. Do our draw stream.
We left mail-ins for you, Mike. I hope you appreciate it.
Yeah, I had to catch shit for it.
I knew you would. Yeah. What did he
I got
say?
out there first.
Yeah. Well, you know, Rob leaves, you know, and he's like, I got to go. And they're like, oh, okay. I mean, whatever, you know, go have fun with Bancroft. I wait about 5 minutes. I'm like, I have to go now, too. It's like, you fucking traitor. I'm like, he just beat me. We're both going.
I was tempted to say, like, Camel and I have to go, but that's kind of lame talking for someone else.
I would have been, well, I mean, you did anyway. So thanks.
Yeah.
Rob's got severe...
Well, we do have 12 people. 12.
Rob has stage 5 foot and mouth disease, so it's very sad.
So bad.
Oh yeah, I heard he was.
I felt so bad.
Causing trouble.
At least it's funny.
Well, that's a rarity for Rob in and of itself. I want to say hello to the chat. We got it's a pretty big stream going. Man, you can't. There's no time slots left. You can have it to yourself anymore. It's like it's a slim pickings out there, especially. And Shane's about to launch his Inglorious Rex 2, so then you'll have Ethan, John, and Shane, like the big three. Am I roboting?
You were. You're better now.
Okay. Yeah, the big three with active campaigns. So yeah, it's only going to get harder and harder. But we'll carry on. We've got our shows. They've got their shows, and we'll keep doing it. We've got Jim Cox in the house. He says, "Best, how's your father's here?" Joe Rose here. Sumo Thori calling me out for being late and gay. I know. Is what it is. Indie Wrestling Aces has joined us. American Comics Co. Hail Mo Biggs. And who else do I see here? Serious Cat says, I recently played in a volleyball league with a dude that had a baby hand. Imagine if I ran into someone with a baby hand. Take my small hand. Like you inspired my whole branding for my comic book. Who else is here? Did I say hello to Moromi? Is that a new avatar for Moromi?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it is. Indiana Jones. Sark's here. Lord Nemesis is here. And Val Schnitzel. Well, it's definitely easy to say hello to everyone when there's only 17 people watching. So there's that. Now, this feels like deja vu because Camel, let me pull this up.
Oh, yeah.
You got this going. And you
Getting
were
there.
working on this. Yeah, it's looking great, by the way.
Yeah, I'm happy with how the the inks are coming on this. I like this girl. This guy's coming out good. And then today I did the buildings up here.
Oh, getting the buildings in there.
Yeah,
I like how you drew me in, Camel. I'm the guy on the computer screen that has no personality.
That's an NPC.
That's Mr. NPC. He's a keyboard warrior.
That looks pretty accurate to me.
Yeah.
I think.
I gotta put a little mohawk
Right.
on him. Yeah.
Mo says Bancroft is going to track down the dude with the baby hand. I want to feel how Rod feels. Shit. Goodness me. Yeah, this will feel like deja vu because anyone who watched the stream last week with Camel and I on it, Camel was drawing this, and I was attempting to draw.
Yeah.
Hold on,
a banister.
A banister.
The most interesting
yeah?
of things.
I know, right? That's what I've always promised on this show. I always pop in to see what others are doing on their draw streams, and they're always pretty awesome. It's like these pin ups and like action poses and stuff. No. So I deleted everything I did on that stream because it was utter dog shit, which I had never done before. It was just I tried to eyeball it, and it just wasn't working. And then I was trying to fix the eyeballing while I was having a conversation. I think we started off with, it was pretty much the same as this. We started off with like 15, 20 people in the chat, other people were streaming. They all ended. And then we got like 70 or 80 people in here. So I sort of, started having conversations more than drawing, and it just didn't go anywhere. So I thought, you know what? You know what's easier than drawing banisters? Tracing banisters.
Oh, come on,
dude.
I have. I grabbed this 3D thing of a banister. I put it into the thing here, and I've been tweaking it. I'm going to tweak it a little bit more because that's not really the shape that I want.
Dude,
but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Screw that. Just get Camel to make you a banister brush.
There probably is a banister brush.
Actually, I can make this even easier for you. If you highlight that whole thing, invert it, delete it, and fill it in black, you'll be done. And then all you got to do is do white highlights around it.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Oh yeah, that
wouldn't fit.
Mike's like, that's one
no,
step
it wouldn't
too far.
fit. It wouldn't fit in the aesthetic that I'm going for. Jaro says it's a new low for draw streams. It's a new high. You are all spoiled.
For tracing.
You think, oh, I'm gonna go check out Dave Finch. I'm gonna go see what he's drawing Batman. It's all like really cool. I'm gonna watch watch a video that Kenneth Roquefort puts out of him doing these cool inks. That's not the business. That's not the business of drawing banisters that you can't figure out. I could figure this out. I just don't. I'm not.
Mike, I mean, the question is the perspective right? Because that's the most important thing.
Well, the perspective is not right now.
Oh,
because,
okay. You have to get that right. Otherwise,
I've grabbed these 3D banisters. You can see them here. They go all the way down. I'm going to bring them up a little bit in a second. See, that's off. That's not right. So I'm going to have to squeeze them in to fit the perspective that I've already set up for this thing. Jaro says, yeah, eat your heart out, Dalkion. Dalkion will probably go on a draw stream with I don't know, drawing some cool muscly dude. Screw that.
Yeah, I mean, can Dalkion even draw a banister?
No.
I'm sure he could.
If he drew a banister, it'd be full of muscles and veins,
Yeah. I'll make the most muscly banisters in the business. All right.
I'm not going to go there.
Not going to go where? What were you going to say? Yeah. probably with the foot and mouth disease you've got at the moment, probably best.
He wants to see a Dale Keown cock. That's what he wants.
Oh, yeah. No thanks. So this is now I gotta get out the perspective as it needs to be. See, there's still thinking involved in this. I mean, not much, but
Oh, really?
I gotta make it work the way I want it to work. Let's go here.
Mo says Bancroft now goes into every page asking himself, what will Vicky say to tear it down?
Yes, that's true. I want another Vicky. I don't really want another Vicky video, but I'm probably going to get him anyway. So what does it matter?
Awesome One says a long rail. So what were we talking about tonight? You guys said you had something to talk about.
I said that?
I think it was Camel said it.
Oh, yeah. What were we talking about? The 5 Ps?
Yes, the 5 Ps.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, let's actually take it back a bit further. Have you guys seen that what is it? That thing that Cooper did. That's why Ethan had the dudes on today. What was that called?
Who's Cooper?
Cooper is the telepathic bunny.
Right.
He's got a channel. I've been on it. And yeah, he has, I think it's called the Genesis Crew. Hang on, let me check this. I want to make sure that I'm not speaking out of turn here. Telepathic Bunny Comics. Yeah, Telepathic Bunny Comics, Genesis Crew, Think Tank. He's got a hashtag. It's called, if I can find it, it's called Buy One, Back One. Now, as far as I know, as far as I can ascertain here, that means you guys are all buying books from the big guys, yeah? Because you want those books. Everyone does. But while you're doing that, consider, and it's not like you have to, it's just like, have you considered maybe backing a book that's, say, under 10,000? Yeah? And I thought, I mean, if it's just about getting eyeballs on campaigns that aren't really like getting shared around much, sure, I'm all for that. But yeah, like some people were like, well, I don't know. Like you're saying we should do charity buys, which I'm not really about that. Like I don't want to like just back people because I feel bad for them. Like because they're not getting enough funding or anything like that. You can switch to like while I'm talking, I'm not going to be drawing. So, yeah. So, and then there's a bit of back and forth on Twitter, and that's why
they're
those
stream
guys
sniping us right now. Sorry, Mike.
Oh,
Malin and that. Yeah.
That's why they ended up on Ethan's. Hello. Why are you stream sniping us?
Well, they have no content, like makes sense.
Hey, I didn't say that. Yeah, that's why they ended up on Ethan's to chat about that. And I thought, oh, that's really interesting because we like completely independently. Well, I mean, how do you want to say this? Do you want to say who actually came up with it, Camel?
No.
All right, we came up with. Let's just say Rob came up with it. Let's give Rob a win.
We'll just
because if you say I came up with it, everyone's going to dismiss it straight away. So
that's true.
Someone in our little collective came up with it. That's enough.
Someone that we know.
Yeah.
Came up with what we're calling, I guess, the 5 Ps of success in Comicsgate.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you shaking your head, Rob?
I'm not. I'm looking over at my other screen.
All right. And I'm gonna have to go and find out what they are. Okay, so it is the 5 Ps are if I can find them, which I mean I hadn't really had this planned. Personality,
Mhm.
presence,
Mhm.
popularity, product, and price. All those 5 things together. It's like a hand. Look, it's like a hand, and they become a fist. If you have the 5,
Captain Planet, you know.
Captain Planet, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're missing 1 or 2 of them, like it just gets harder for you. And some people have like a really good personality. They're out there a lot, but then the product just isn't that great.
Well, I think it's a good way to measure a collective success, because there's a lot of guys who might say like, well, they only succeeded because they're, famous, or not famous, but like, they're popular enough, and so that's why people are putting money into that campaign. Or this guy is only successful because his product is good. And although there are outliers in both of those, an outlier generally means that the rule is accurate. So I would say, like, Kenneth Rocafort is someone who doesn't have much of a presence, but his product and his, I guess his price, I really don't know what his prices are, but his product is good enough that people are like, oh, okay, I like his work and I'm going to back him. But really, I think if you want to be as successful as possible, you need to try to nail as many of those P's as you can. And to, when you're trying to get yourself out there and so on.
Yeah, and what I want to do is bring it back to that hashtag that Telepathic Bunny came up with, the buy one, back one. Because I think everyone can get behind saying, hey, like, as much as we can, yeah, it's cool. Let's get some eyeballs onto some projects that find it hard to get some eyeballs. That's like a good thing about being in a network. That's like one of the best things about it. But you've also got to take into account, not for every single one of these books, but for a lot of them, there's a reason why they're under 10,000. And that's where things like product and price do play into it. Especially the product, really, is that, some of them they just aren't as appealing as the creators think they are, or hope that they would be. And that's a reason. So it's not like it can't be about, we need to support everyone equally. We can't do that, because not everyone is putting out equally good books. So, all of these things all work together in conjunction to, make you a success. Michael Dietcher is the correct way to pronounce that, everyone. I hear many different ways. Camel likes to call him Mike Douche. For $2. Always great to see Camel on stream. Big fan. Thanks. The guy, he's a big fan of the guy who calls him Michael Douche.
Yeah, he's such a big fan that he sends super chats to other people about it. That's cool. Thank you.
So who's got the 5 Ps then, Mike?
Ethan?
Ethan?
Yeah, Ethan, definitely, for sure. Because Shane? Like, even his he has one book that's only $10, and it's like, he gets a huge shipment of it. I assume that's how he's able to keep that price down. But that's something, and he has an array of product, and because product is one of the things. It's not just comics. It's like he's got shirts and mugs and this and that. Massive presence, big personality, and he's insanely popular. Who doesn't have any? I don't know if I want to, like, Rob.
What's that?
Rob has none of them. So it's unfortunate.
I don't want to.
Mel says you offended John.
I offended John. How did I offend John? That's easy to do, though. Jasper says communist gobbledygook, as Norm would say. Yeah, I don't like this idea of we have to like help lift everyone up equally. That's just not how the world works. How I want it to work either. Like, meritocracy must come into play. And, you know, there's different ways of selling yourself and selling your product and that sort of stuff. So it's not all just about the quality of the book or how popular you are or whatever. All of this stuff comes in. Oh, because I said Ethan. John Malin. Who else? Myself. No, I don't know.
Yeah, how many pieces Mike have?
I think. Well, what?
How many pieces Mike have?
Well, that I was just going to say.
Can you stop counting the peas? Can we?
No, I mean this, and you're doing something
people?
about it. But like, you know, you got to work on offering more product, I think.
Yeah.
You know, because like, and I've had people tell this to me that, you know, well, not so much to me, but I've heard it a lot where it's just like, I can only buy so many covers. Like that. Actually, Sumo Thori said that to me. He was just like, you know, I mean, I'm going to buy 7 covers. Like, you got to offer like stuff to buy, like other things if I want to support you. So there's no reason. There's tons of stuff out there that you can make, tons of product, you know, that's not just t-shirts, because a lot of people do t-shirts. Like, try to think a little bit more outside the box, I think, and come up with something that is unique to your campaign and to the product, into the IP in and of itself.
T-shirts are so hit and miss for me, man. Like, there's very rarely a case where I'm like, I have to have that T-shirt. It just doesn't happen. I've
not bought a single CG T-shirt, but I have had some people send them to me, so I do love them. I haven't really, like, I'd just rather back the book. That's usually what I do. Mo says Bancroft has a P all his own, preposterously elongated forehead. That counts for something. We've got a super chat here from Nate Callis. Thank you so much, Nate. He says, Michael, Rob, and Camel, my favorite trio in CG. Best content bar none. Hail. Well, speaking of best content, let's slide over here. I'm figuring out the banister. I've adjusted the 3D.
You just said best content and left Camel's page. Just, I mean... Let's just point that out, Mike.
I wanted to show this off. I wanted to show off the, you know, I've adjusted the 3D that I had, and now I'm going to go in and start the tracing. Best content in CG. Yeah, see, Jasper enjoys it. See, I don't want to have, it's not all about just pure tracing. I don't want to have these rounded at the top. So,
that's going to just make the world of difference by getting rid of that rounded part.
It is. I've got a specific look that I'm going for, right? So, what's going on there? What have I done? That should be right. Get rid of this. Who knows what's happening? Jaro says that Bannister needs more chains, spikes, and flames. None of that. Just consistent. What the hell is going on?
It's not even straight, Mike. What are you doing?
I've got the, because this is like in is this in 3? It's in 3 point. I mean, I must have it.
You got to step your game up, otherwise Vicky's going to be all over this banister.
I know, right?
She's watching right now. She's like, let me tell you something about drawing Bannisters.
It is, because it's lower. All right, I've set it up in 3 point. That's okay. That's fine. It is in 3 point. Cool. It's been like I after my shame of last week where I failed on the banister, I've put it to the side. I haven't really touched it since. So it's been a while. I've like forgotten exactly what I had, you know.
That's what you're going with? You're going with squares?
Yes. What's wrong with squares?
They don't seem very inclusive, Mike.
What? Squares aren't inclusive?
No.
Oh, well, that's my problem.
Is that it for the P's? Is that the entire discussion? Are we done?
Well, you should make this is like we thought this is right up your alley, Rob. This is your thing. Like you make videos like this. I mean, they
That's
last
your
like
topic.
they
You
last
guys-
like
you
4
guys
minutes.
said it.
I said it. I brought it up because I was like, Rob could probably make another worthless video out of this. That everything
yeah.
that everyone knows. That's what I
I
thought.
know, right?
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, and he'll make he'll have a live premiere for 5 minutes worth of content.
You know me well. You know
That
me
was a
well.
mistake.
Yeah,
That was a mistake.
yeah. These are my thoughts. These are my
Jasper
thoughts
says,
going in.
remember when I thought it would be a good idea to put out process pages of your book, Mike? I take it back. It was a horrible idea. Look, it's got a,
You could call them the 5 pillars of
Oh,
comics.
in the banister of life.
Oh my god, it's all coming together.
God.
Yeah.
So, Camel.
Yeah.
What do you do when you have no personality and you can't really use YouTube because you don't have a personality? What do you do then?
I
Is
mean,
this
what have you
you
done
for a
this whole
friend?
time, Rob? What have you been doing?
I walked right into that. I don't know. I'm. What's the term for it? I guess I'm a heel. Is
Leeching
that-
onto others' success, I think.
God damn. Brutal.
Yeah!
We're even now. That we're even.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we're even
disagree.
now.
I don't think so. What do you do? Well, Mike and I have talked about this. That there's no answer, because if there was an answer, everyone would do it. What you have to do is you have to find something that is a unique skill that you can offer, that is an untapped area, and make yourself known because of that. Geek Chorus did that. Finatra did that. Mike and I both did that with animation. So there are ways to do it, but you have to find what that niche area is and then present your product there. You wouldn't go to the mall and sell hot dogs with 8 other guys selling hot dogs. But you could go to the mall and sell napkins if no one else is selling napkins. Is probably the best way to put it. So you want to make sure that you're offering something that people want and need, but there isn't an overabundance of ahead of time.
Okay, that's good. That's fair. Chief Justice says, I recommend a 6th P just for camel peas.
Fucking hate it.
that's some deep lore there.
Deep lore, yeah. That's like old school.
Camel
from,
doesn't
2
like
years
eating
ago.
peas. It's a
They're a
weird. It's
waste.
one of his weird bugaboos.
They're just, there's so many of them, and I can't hit them with a fork.
Why
you
can't
eat
you
them with
eat them with a fork?
because they roll off, and they're not worth the effort. Have you ever tried to eat a pea? They're boring. They're pasty. I'm like, what was it? I put so much time into trying to eat this thing. You can't stab them. I mean, they're stupid. They're all stupid. I mean, think about it.
I haven't thought about it.
I haven't thought about it either. I don't think anyone's thought about it.
Pea soup is good. It's okay if you have ham because there's protein. But by itself, it's just, ooze. It's like, I don't want that. I don't need that.
What about mushy peas? Would you do mushy?
Ooh.
Well, that's like
peas?
pea soup. Oh, like if you just.
It's a
Yeah,
British thing.
no. That I've never had it. I've never even heard of it.
Now, it looks like we've got a Malin raid. Welcome, everyone, from Malin's show.
Well, yeah, Malin saw what I was doing over here, and he just thought, I can't compete with this.
Yeah. It's a hard thing.
This is next level. And just speaking to what Camel just said, I mean, how many people out there thought, what is missing in the streams? Someone attempting to draw a banister and failing, and then just, using 3D model for it.
There's lots of things that you could do to try to, like Jeremy. I don't know if Jeremy ever expects to do a book, But what he's doing to gain an audience on YouTube is blowing away everyone in the space right now, because his numbers are just exploding. And yeah, it's a little bit of riding a wave. Like, is he going to be able to keep that up forever? I mean, maybe, maybe not. Depends if he switches shows to talk about. But for the most part, it's like he found something that's hitting. And then it's not only is it hitting, but he's finding an audience that is interested in original content and stories and is deeply invested in it. And that's the kind of stuff that we need. Those are the kind of people we would want in CG. And so, like, you know, maybe at some point it'll be easier for him to say, like, oh, hey, take a look at these books, if he wants to do that. So, yeah, I think that just find something that you're deeply passionate about and then try to make sure that you can make it work if you want to be in the space to try to make money.
Do you think anyone, though, like, regardless of how little personality they have, can make it work on YouTube? Like, or do you think it's just like some people just can't do it?
That's a very good question. I think that some people don't have the temperament for it, because yeah, you've really got to have a thick skin and let stuff roll off your back, because the more people you draw attention to, which is to yourself, which is the whole point of this thing, the more you're going to get shade thrown at you. Just look at what happened, like Eric July. I mean, that's like crazy. Can you imagine? It's just an army of people picking through every tiny little thing that you've put out and like just calling it shit, you know, in every single little way. Anyone who goes onto YouTube gets a little bit of that, but yeah, it's like the more popular you get, the worse that gets. So if you don't have that temperament, that sort of stoicism, you might have a real hard time. So I don't know what the solution is for people like that, other than just, I mean, I don't know.
But it's not even like people, you know, going through your history and picking apart everything you've ever done. Like, some people, like, you watch their show and it's like watching like the audio form of paint drying. Like, it is pulling teeth bad.
Tell us what you really think.
Yeah, I mean, what do those people do? I mean, YouTube's not going to work for them, regardless of what they do. I don't think.
I mean, you're still here, Rob, regardless of talking in third person.
That's two now. That's two now.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently you deserve it.
One more and then we're even. All right, one more and then we're even.
No, because you know what? You're throwing softballs, bro. You're making it easy because you want it to be over. No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna fucking kill you later. 2028. We're launching Replicator 12, and I'm gonna be like, here's the fucking stinger.
No, but seriously, Camel.
Yeah.
What is it? Should those people just try something else, or is there a way for them? Like, if it's,
I think everyone should try once or twice or whatever, you know. But if you get to the point where you're like on your fourth book and you're not hitting the numbers that you want and you're putting more time into it and it's more of a slog, then you just, you know, it's okay to give up. And I know that sounds terrible, but it's like, sometimes it's better. You can go do something that maybe you're more suited for, because honestly, you're just kind of crowding the space. And it's like, you know, they're like, you know how many people drop out of Harvard every year? It's like,
no, Camel, I don't.
It's like, I think it's got to be over a couple thousand. I think they all go in. They go, well, not over the year, but like, you know, at different parts, whether they're freshmen or sophomores. And they go in, they think they're going to be lawyers, and they think they're going to be whatever, you know, doctors. And then they're like, I can't do this. This is just too fucking hard. And it's good, because the last thing I want is some guy who barely squeaked by, you know, doing surgery on me. It's like, no, you want the best of the best. So,
someone shared something, I can't remember where I saw it, was that in any given thing that you want to do, this is a perfect example. Comicsgate, you didn't start making your own comics and stuff. If you haven't made it into the inner circle that you're trying to get into within 5 years, you're probably not going to get in there. And it's probably best to move on. And I think that's probably true for a lot of things. It's like there are guys, Rob, who are never going to have a big YouTube channel, who are still crushing it, but they make it up in other ways. With just like extreme levels of skill, or just they're just really nice and everyone likes them and wants to support them. They're hard workers. They put out a lot of campaigns. There are ways you can make that up, but like that's really hard. And there's a lot of people who want to do that, but they can't because they don't have that talent. They don't have that skill.
I think a lot of them are anti-CG too. I mean, a lot of times when you see these tweets go out, these are from people who can't do what a lot of people in CG can. You have a lot of jacks of all trades in CG, people who do everything. You have a lot of guys who are good at YouTube, and so they're able to cultivate an audience or whatever that is. Mainstream guys, they're used to being told what to draw. They don't have any ideas. And, they collect their check, and Marvel and DC do all the heavy lifting. And so, whenever you see someone who can do that, you get very bitter. Some people get very resentful. It's like, imagine you have a book and you really want to get it out there. You've been at Marvel for a couple years. This happened with Rini. This is the same thing. And they were like, no, that's no good. No, thanks. And then you'd be like, well, what the fuck is this? And then on top of that, you see other people who actually maybe are at Marvel or DC, who are putting in the same amount of time that you are, and they are getting those projects. And you'd probably just be like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Because there's people that are like naturally good at YouTube from the get-go. And then there's people that can learn. I don't know. I don't know how Camel started. I'm sure he was okay.
Camel had a lot of practice beforehand.
Yeah. So
before he came to Comicsgate, I mean.
All right, well, let's say this. There's a lot of people that are good at YouTube. There's a lot of people that can learn to be good or decent at YouTube. And then there's just people that it doesn't matter how many hours they put in on YouTube, it's not going to change. Those people it might be best for them to look at a different method.
There are different methods too, by the way. Like, if you can build a big mailing list, you'll be able to do just fine on that. Network through other, there's obviously a lot of other different kind of communities and stuff like that, Facebook groups, whatever it is, but really to me, I think like mailing lists have proven themselves to be the kind of number one way. And I think a big part of what we do on YouTube is cultivate our mailing lists. So yeah, like it's not as if, I'm crap at YouTube, I need to give up. Like, I don't want to send that message out there. It's more just if that's not your strength, you really need to step it up in some other field, some other way. And again, that, like Camel said earlier, like we don't know what that is because it's impossible to know. You can't know.
That's why even like as much as people want to shit on YouTube and get pissed at them, YouTube's best advice is always make all the videos you want, try to upload every day, but when something hits, make that video again because that's what people want to see. And so, my wife makes these mall vids, and she only started about a month ago, and she got 1,800 views on her last video.
Wow!
But she's putting them up she puts up maybe one a week. It's hard to get that because she edits it and does like a whole voiceover and everything. But what she found was that she was doing these mall vids, because she's just genuinely interested in it. But when she started doing dead moles, like the moles that were ghost towns inside, that's when her numbers spiked. And so now
Even I
she's
watch them.
yeah, and now she's like, wow, there's a huge market for this, and so that's what she's doing, and she enjoys it. It's actually easier for her to film them because there's no one there, so she just walks in and walks around. But yeah, I mean, so there is definitely a method to the madness in that sense of like, all right, well, this is working, and as long as it doesn't, I feel, compete too much with your own moral compass, I think that it's perfectly fine. Like, I don't like doing drama, and so I don't do drama. I know I could probably get real angry on stream and call people out. I
love it.
And I'd probably get millions of subs, but I just don't want to do it, So
I hope you go out that way though, Camel. Like if you decide to ever leave, I hope
my
you go
falling
out
down
like,
moment.
Yeah, like a sun.
You would go like, you could actually get 1 million subs.
It's like Super Saiyan Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Love it.
Mother, hey, Camel, go get your shine box. Motherfucker!
Keep him here! Keep him here!
Stabbing the person in the neck with a drawing pen.
Is your pen?
Nice
pen.
I watched a movie last night with Mel because we were like, what are we gonna watch? And what's this thing? It's a Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt. And we were like, is this any good? So we start checking the things. We're like, oh, it looks,
looks really goofy.
There's some really mixed reviews on this, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we end up watching it. And I finish it. And Mel's just like, I mean, I like that. And I did too. Like, it was enjoyable. But then I was just like, but this doesn't make any sense. And this doesn't make any sense. And this is shit. And this and that. And it's like, and I realized, I have these opinions in me. And I really do get into this stuff. And some of those videos that I've done about movies and TV shows and stuff like that have been my most popular as well. Like the Sandman one was my most popular by far.
But you always bring it back to a topic though, Mike. You always it's always
but that's what I'm interested in. Like that's like I just recorded one about Jack Ryan, which is coming. We watched the first 2 seasons of Jack Ryan, and they're coming up with a third one. And I kind of give it an angle that I think this audience will appreciate, even if they're not really super interested in Jack Ryan. And I didn't like sit down and think, what am I going to do for YouTube videos? Like that just came about through throwing shit against the wall, seeing what stuck, and then finding a way to make it interesting for me. Because if it's not interesting for the person who's making the videos, you're going to give up. Like you'll be able to do it for a few weeks or a few months or whatever, but people will, you'll give up because you'll burn out. And the good thing about it is, as Jack Stafford says, people do love the pop culture stuff. That's why Jeremy is blowing up with his House of the Dragon videos, because there's this enormous audience of people interested in that sort of stuff.
And it's hot right now too. Like it's it's the hot thing right now.
Yeah.
I saw the Uncharted movie. Me and my wife watched it.
It was okay.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, let's not go crazy. It's not that bad. Dude.
It's so bad. It's like, look, I don't even want to be that guy because that's easy. There's a lot of people who are like, Thor: Love and Thunder was the worst fucking thing. It's like, it's fine. Calm down. No, Uncharted it's a train wreck.
What is it?
It was based on the Uncharted games from PlayStation, and Tom Holland plays Nathan Drake. It's like a modern day Indiana Jones-ish thing.
Okay. Dude, it's a 6 out of 10, man. It's
Uncharted.
not the worst movie
6 out of 100,
ever made.
Maybe. It's pretty rough.
Jack Stafford points out, EVS took off reviewing Star Wars and the shared experience of everyone hating it. I mean, that was like a zeitgeist moment, and he rode that wave, and he became one of the premier guys doing that. I didn't think you necessarily have to do that. Like if you can, the other video, I put out a video the other day and just got 60 subs from it, just talking about heroes and the left and stuff like that. you don't have to. What I'm saying is, you don't have to get EVS numbers to, do what we're doing, to be able to cultivate a good crowd for your comic, and get them to support you and stuff like that. Just putting out content. I wish more people did it. I wish more people, but I understand, like, it's taken me a long time to get to be able to do it at a semi-regular basis. It seems like a lot of people agree with you on the Uncharted thing. I've never heard of this movie. I don't even know what that is.
You've heard of the game, though, right? It's pretty big
No, I
series.
haven't. I don't really
Mike
pay too
has
much
lived
attention
a
to new
sheltered
games.
life in his mansion.
It's like 15 years old, though. It's been
I
out
know
for a long
Halo.
time.
I've heard of
Yeah.
Halo. I've heard of League of Legends.
That's like what my mom says. I've heard of Halo. Like, well, all right.
I played God of War, but only.
Oh, that's a
up until
great one. I like
PlayStation
God of
2.
War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was.
Well, it's like
one of
no,
the...
but hang on. You don't like. It's like if you're addicted to something and you go cold turkey on it, you don't like follow it. That's
I
just
didn't know
like a
you went
recipe
cold
for
turkey.
disaster.
I thought you were still like kind of dabbled.
No. I was.
Oh.
He acts like computer games is like this drug that he can't just.
They
can't,
are, Rob.
He can't
No,
take
it
one
is.
hit
Rob,
because he'll be
Rob,
a full-on
They
addict
are,
again.
and I'm the same way when people talk to me about nicotine or alcohol, and they say, "Yeah, I was like, I'm an alcoholic," or like, "I have to drink," and so like, I don't. It makes no sense to me. I can't empathize. Because I don't know what that feeling is, but I'm telling you, like video games, if I like let myself go into them, you would never see me again. You would never hear from me again. I would just disappear off the face of the earth. Like that's what it is like for me when I start playing them. So I've got to like every time I get it. Like I was just playing Mario Kart with Clark because you got that for his birthday, and I did 2 like Grand Prix with him. And Mel's like, you
got some work.
Back to work.
Husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my wife, she tells me all the time. She's like, "Please stop working, please." She's like, "I'll buy you any video game you want." I'm like, "No, I gotta work. I have to." Like, she will tell me, like, "I don't want you to do anything today except for sit on this couch and play, some stupid game." And I'm like, I just can't, because I don't really have the time. And it's like, and especially now, I have this thing launching. I was like, I can't. She wants to go to Disney World, and she's like, "We can go whenever you want." And I was like, "Yeah, later."
You get to a certain age and you want to do things, like you've got dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Every time it's like leisure, you just think that's so much. There's so many hours away from my project that I really can't afford. And you do kind of get addicted to the work. Like if I don't, for whatever reason, I just don't get in the hours that I know I need to on a certain, on any given day to spend drawing. I get agitated. I get annoyed. I remember Rini was talking about that the other day. Like, she spent, I don't know what it was, like 3 months away from it because of fulfillment and BS, and then doing her wood carvings or whatever they were. Yeah, I feel it absolutely. Like it's tough.
I have, a list of projects that I want to get done, and once those are done, I'm gonna just retire. I'm just, hopefully I'll be like 46, and I'm just gonna read comics and play games and hang out by the pool
and play with Action Figure City.
It'll be done by then. All right, it'll be.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I hope that when Mike goes over there, that you guys play action figures together.
You know what we need to do? Bankrupt.
Oh my god,
I'm 40. I'm 42 years old, Rob.
No one's around, dude. No, my wife doesn't care. My wife plays with toys by herself in her room.
Men don't play with action figures.
Toys?
I don't know. She has a great time. They're all electric though.
You're not invited.
I'm not invited because I'm playing with my
toys.
Like
all sorts of squealing and
I don't know what she has secret action figures. I'm like, that's fine, So it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Jack says burnout is a... Oh, you go, mate. You go.
I was just going to say, have you considered Illustrator for this panel? No, I do everything in the one program. Keep it consistent. But,
Jack
thanks
says
for asking.
burnout is a real thing, mate. Scheduling time off is also part of your job.
Well, I know.
I
and that's
have.
What, yeah, I agree.
I have a routine, and my routine has become a habit. So yeah, I don't just kind of, work till I can't see anymore. It's more of I have my set routine, and when that gets disturbed, I get annoyed. That's all. But I'm not like my boss will say, "Oh, what are you going to do on your time off?" Whenever there's a holiday, and I'm just like, I don't tell her because she'll think I'm a weirdo, but I'm gonna draw so much. It's gonna be freaking great.
I'm gonna hang out with these two idiots on Wednesday night at midnight and play old games, make dick jokes.
Are you showing camels at all, or is it just 100%?
Oh no, I got
Bannister
distracted
all the time
for like an hour.
I'm just like worried about the chat, the poor chat. I mean, I know it's riveting stuff, but
I'm just happy that when I switched, we weren't looking at a crotch.
Hold on.
How rare.
Right.
Get in there.
Yeah.
How much you got left to do on the inks, Camel?
Well, probably 30%, maybe. Well, I don't know, not that much. I mean, I got to do the rocks formation down here. I could probably finish that tonight. Well, maybe not. I'll finish the whole thing by tomorrow, and then I got to do it's ma'am up here. I don't think that'll take that long. I think that'll actually be quite easy, but I'm just waiting to the end to do it. Because see, when you do muscles and people and stuff, like you have to be very, it has to be very precise and specific, and you can't. There's not a lot of room for interpretation. But when I do rocks, I mean, I'm just like not even thinking. I'm just like, all right, there's a crevice, whatever. I mean, the most I have to think about when I do the rock is like, all right, well, where's the shadow? Because you don't want too much shadow next to too much bright light areas. Otherwise, it just gets all dark. You can't see anything. So, it can be easier.
There's 72 people in here, so make sure you go and sign up for Boots and Heels. It's launching October 14th. Link will be down below in the description, assuming Mike has done his job correctly.
I've been
doing this for a while now, Rob.
414 emails. You could be the 415th. Doesn't that sound nice?
It'd be good to get it to 420, Camel. That'd be a good number to get it to. 420.
Yeah. Well, you're at 430. I like 431.
I think you could get to 500
by the time we launch.
Yeah, I think it could happen. Like with this trajectory, you've still got 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I think you can do it as long as you like do good, big, hard promotion. Really hammer home. You want to be signed up before this thing goes live. Like Shane was saying he did a stream earlier. And he was giving the hard sell. He made me sign up with my other email address because I was so worried I'd somehow miss out. Because he was like, Yanzi is going to be an absolute Nazi when it comes to the lenticular.
I saw that stream. Yeah, because they don't want people just signing up and getting it for free.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And which I think is a really, which is totally fair. And it's a good thing for him to say. It's like, don't think you're just going to be getting this card and you won't be able to sign up. She will be checking. She will be thorough. This that sort of stuff really does compel you to sign up.
I think too, once this is done, at least I'll post it like this, in black and white, and that'll get some good Facebook and YouTube attention. I have found I get more emails and likes on YouTube posts than I do on Twitter. I said Facebook.
Twitter
is crap.
Twitter is not. Twitter is like a bulletin board.
Yeah,
it's not really for promotion. It's more like your updates on your campaign page. It's more like, this is what's happening. You already know me. You've already supported me.
Right.
And this is what we're doing right now. It's not really great for reaching anyone new because the whole Twitter thing is like, we're going to put you all in a bubble. If you don't like someone, you're never going to see him again, sort of thing. Whereas I think you're exactly right. So anything that you do promotional wise on your Twitter, you absolutely need to do like a copy of it on your YouTube.
And
Sumo says, good, big, hard, hammer home. Bancroft's mind is clearly elsewhere. RMDgo, the link is in the description. And I think people, Rob's just popped it in the chat there too. This is the link to Camel's upcoming campaign launching on the 14th of October at noon. We're going to have a big full day.
Yeah.
And
fun.
these guys saw the page, so like, there's a lot of stuff coming. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff to get. It's not going to be.
It looks good, man. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun campaign. I think people will get into it.
Yeah, that's that, and that's what you can I tell them what you told me? You don't want to say that about the trailers. You told me and Mike about the trailers.
Sure. I don't care.
Oh, okay. So Rob said that he was considering doing trailers for the merchandise on the tier, and I said I think that's a great idea. I did that for Hail Salad. It definitely helps sell. And what's good is you can take those if they're 15, 20 seconds and use them as bumpers on whatever your show is, so people know.
Yeah.
Ethan was doing that for a while too, and I was like, I think people enjoy going to a page and looking around like they're shopping and finding what they like and finding what they feel is the best fit for them and saying like, okay, I want to buy that one. I want to buy that one. That's what I did with PTP's campaign. I was like, oh, he has so many different options. I can get this version of the comic. I can get this version of the toy. And, you can get stickers. There was a whole bunch of stuff. And I think that's the best way to do it. You want it to feel like a shopping experience, like, when you're going to the toy store as a kid or something. That's what I think.
How's this going, Mike? I think the Bannisters that you had before were better.
Well, when?
The ones that you traced. The ones that you traced. All right, before you answer
these are the ones that I traced.
Sumo Thori has gifted 5 memberships. They've gone off to Jay Lee, Ramdo, Jim Cox, good to see him get one, Jonas Olsen, and Nomad Damon. Also, you got a super chat from Orbital Hub.
Orbital Hub for 5 says, well done environments really add quality unlike anything else. Shape, language, and presence, shadow, and design. The setting is a character in itself. Thank you so much, Orbital Hub. I agree completely.
Yeah, the Bannisters you had, that you were tracing.
What, these?
Better. Yeah, they look nicer.
I mean, they're basically the same, aren't they?
A bit more detail on them, don't they?
Same-ish. Yeah. I like drawing on a production line when I do backgrounds. I feel like I'm achieving something.
Why don't you just draw
Thermo
one?
Thori says, welcome to the new Super Bogans. I did that the last time. I think that's where I came unstuck. I might have to do that for these because I didn't make enough 3D to reach to the whole length here, but yeah, we'll figure out something.
We got to 4:15, so thanks to whoever signed up.
Awesome.
Yeah. Now only 85 to go.
You can do that. You're only 5 away from being 80 away.
Oh, it's 100,000.
999,000. Here we go. 100 million.
So happy for you, man.
No, actually, I haven't moved. 1,017, but I haven't really been talking about it. So
what's to talk about?
It is funny though. Like, if you talk about it or do a video and ask people, or do a post and talk, say sign up, like it all adds up. Just little numbers here and there, they add and add and add, and then you've got 1,000 signups like Mike.
I did a stream the other day where I showed how many waking dreams I had left, like the actual stack.
Mhm.
This is all that's left, and I ended up selling 3 from that stream.
Yeah, crazy.
So it's true. Like if you don't talk about it, yeah, people like they don't really.
I 100% agree with that because I was pushing it real hard right out of the gate for a couple of weeks, and then I just went radio silent on it because I started fulfilling, and so I was like not on streams. I wasn't doing any Twitter, nothing, and I was just in the other room, and then it was just like just stopped.
Jaro says, when you look at launching Lucent 2, Michael?
In the new year, at some point. Still lots to finalize. I need to do the 2 covers. I want to do a proper trailer. Finish out the campaign, stuff like that. And also, well, actually more than anything, I want to have a good month of like crazy promotion and hype building. I mean, that's been a trend. Like you can't escape that. The hype train has been a real factor that has kind of like determined where the books have really taken off or not. So I've been noticing that of late. So that's what I want to do.
I think it makes a huge difference too, like your launch day. Like I mean, Clayton and I did this with Replicator and Kozor, and it looks like you guys are going to do it with Boots and Heels. You're doing like a big day. I think that makes a huge difference. I
had a lot of people who, whether it's in the chat for Camel Knights or wherever, they're putting October 14th. They keep saying like waiting for October 14th. So people seem to know like that's the day. And that's good because, if people are, it's like a movie premiere. It's like, okay, everyone knows. And I put a Twitter thing up, I don't know, Friday, like 2 weeks, October 14th. This is when it's happening. So, yeah, because you want people to know, when it's going to come out so that they're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember saying my launch date and time so many times that like other creators knew when it was. I think it's really important to do.
Yeah.
I'm on 428 signups. Can I get like 2 more? Is anyone in the chat not signed up? That would be awesome. If I can just get 2 more.
Why? To get to 430? The big milestone.
It'd be nice. Look at you sitting there with your thousands signups, shitting on Camel and I with our measly 400. Unbelievable.
Yeah, usually.
How does that make you feel, Camel, when Mike treats you like that?
Can we get a few more? It's like to get to a milestone.
Anytime Mike tries to pull that stuff, I just, remind myself that I have the best show in CG, and people tell me all the time, and I'm just like, yeah, that's helpful. In the end of the day, it's about what you're giving back, and it's not about what you're taking from people. And this is a lesson I'm trying to teach Mike. It's not about ripping off customers like he's used to. It's about
tracing Bannisters.
It's about tracing Bannisters.
People used to say that about Mike's channel all the time.
They did actually. I remember that was a long time ago. They used to say.
It's been a minute, hasn't it, Mike?
No, we had people in here saying, this team is the best in CG. Camel, Rob, and Mike.
Yeah, but that's because me and Camel are here now.
Sumo Thori for 10. Hey, Bancroft, I've got an impressive rod. I picked up some of his stuff in the auction yesterday. Congratulations. Yeah, I can't wait for when we'll be selling Fractured Mind stuff, because I think he's gonna be doing pretty much all of it traditional. So, well, congratulations on picking up some rod. That's a man who's going places. Nate Callis for 10. Thank you so much. Camel, when will we see this action figure city? Waiting for the tour. Also super stoked for Boots and Heels launch. He says lunch. Are you two doing a lunch?
Well, lunchbox maybe. It's a launch box.
At the lunch box at the Boots and Heels lunch.
Yeah, I'd like, we were talking about those trailers before. I'd like to see a trailer for the lunch box if that's what you're doing. That'd be cool. see all the things that go inside it.
I haven't
wham,
even
wham,
thought
wham,
about doing
wham.
that, but I definitely should. So that's a good
How
idea,
big
Rob.
is the thermos, Camel? Like how physically large?
So
is
it's
it?
probably, I think it's 8 ounces. So, it's, well, actually, it's probably little. This is, this mug here. So it's probably a little bit, it's probably about the same size. It might be a little bit thinner, but it's really like a wine. It's a wine goblet without the stem, and it has a little lid on it.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
can put booze in there if you want, but it's really cool. It's like metallic, and it'll have the Camel Knights or the Camel Club logo imprinted on it.
As long as it's enough for me to drink tea out of, I'll be happy.
Yeah, everyone gets to know.
I'll
And-
feel like a right lord of my castle.
We're
Doing
doing
that.
this awesome add-on
Oh,
where
that's great.
we're going to do the Camel Club membership card. So you can, on your way out, if you want to pick up the card, and it's like an actual credit card, it'll be black, metallic with like a gold hollow foil, and there'll be a QR code on it. Takes you to a landing page, and on the landing page, I'll have exclusive stuff there from types of merch that you can get, like t-shirts and stuff that you won't find other places. But also, like when we start making the Hail Salad game, like I'll probably post an alpha there so that if people want to try it, they can try it out there and that kind of stuff. So it'll definitely be worth picking up if you guys are interested in that stuff.
That's awesome. I like the fact you're trying different things, dude. I think like that should be commended. It's important.
And I found, which is really cool, that I can actually edit where the QR code goes. So if I'm like, all right, landing page is done. Now it's going to start going to camelmoon.com. Now it's going to go to the Camel Moon YouTube page, whatever it is. So like it'll never be a dead link.
That's sweet. That's really cool.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, I had to
Something
spend a
like
minute looking
locked in
it up,
place.
but you can do it. Well, if you want it free, it is, but you can pay like an annual membership or something. I can't remember where it is, and you can just alter it. It's not hard.
Cool.
You need like a no Robs allowed sticker or something as well. Just thought I'd throw that in there.
Mm-hmm. The best way to ignore Rob is to just ignore Rob and not put his
not
name
actually
on any.
make Rob stickers. That's
Yeah,
like kind of
don't,
defeats the
that's
purpose.
antithetical.
Why do I even come here? Why do I even bother showing up? Unbelievable.
Moromi picked up a page from Rod too. Fantastic.
I hit 4:30, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
You hit 4:30. Can we get to 4:30 on mine? Can we get to 4:31 on mine?
That would be cool.
Can I get to 1,020? Is that? Can I
Mike,
ask for that? Or is this...
We are both sick of it always being about you.
Every day.
Every day.
You weren't even there. Rob, the other day, we're doing a Jack show. And Mike's like, let me check my emails here, right? Oh, look, I got 100,000 emails. I'm like, wait,
I did say that.
You didn't give 100,000? Oh, yeah? I need to see some receipts, bro. 100,000.
Slight exaggeration.
Not even Eric July has 100,000.
100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you knew what I meant.
Uh-huh. Good thing I corrected.
So anyone got a link to American Bliss? Get him to 250. That'd be cool. Really, he's got really nice looking art.
We're gonna launch American Bliss. I've got to actually
sweet.
put that up on the CG calendar. We're launching American Bliss on the 21st of October. That's exactly a week after Boots and Heels. It'll be the I think it's a a Friday? Yeah.
Super chat.
Super chat. Serious Cat says, "Happy Columbus Day." Camel, can you enlighten me on what Columbus Day is?
It's the National Day of Shame.
It's actually my day I got married. So
is this your anniversary?
Yeah, we picked it because it was 2 days before my birthday. So I was like, well, at least I'll never forget, So that's why we picked it. It was also when my grandparents got married. But that was back when Columbus Day was like a proud Italian holiday. Now it's like we don't talk about that. So
what does it signify? Columbus.
Well, Columbus discovered America, right? So he came over here,
Right.
1492, and
that him sailing the ocean blue? Is that right?
Yeah. That's that.
And killed all the
line.
Indians, didn't he?
Well, that's the part that they leave out. Yeah, it's that he brought smallpox and tricked them with fake moon gods, and it was not the best of times.
Didn't he give them blankets or something?
I don't know.
I think that was the Pilgrims. And I don't know how accurate that is.
What is it? It's Ridley Scott made a movie called Conquest of Paradise. It's really good, and it's people don't know about it because it came out in 1992. Actually, it was 500 years after the actual year, and that's about Columbus coming over here. And God, what's the French actor with the giant face?
Gerard
Depardieu. Yeah, he plays Columbus. It's actually a pretty good movie if you guys are interested in it. I don't know how accurate it is, but it's pretty accurate. I think it's
not as good as Uncharted.
I mean, similar, right? The guy's looking for special magic shit.
Jay Lee says we're terrible when it comes to the history of the Americas. I actually know quite a bit. I wasn't really super familiar with Columbus Day or Christopher Columbus too much, but I mean Columbus is Italian, so
Jasper Plan 9 says I love Ridley Scott. I'm unaware of this film. Yeah, it was kind of like one of his sword and sandal epics, and then it just got kind of kicked under the rug. And then he made Gladiator 8 years later, and that was really after that is when he started doing a lot of them. And he did Kingdom of Heaven, and he did that Robin Hood remake.
That was awful.
The Robin Hood remake is that was
I'd rather watch Uncharted than Robin Hood.
You know what the problem with the Robin Hood movie is? It's like a prequel to the cartoon one from Disney. Everything about it is well, that's not the Robin Hood story. That's all the stuff leading up to the Robin Hood story. And then they never made a sequel to it.
I think there were other problems with it, but yeah, it was. I was a massive. I love Robin Hood stories. I watched them all growing up.
Overrated.
Big
letdown. What is Robin Hood's overrated?
It's literally the first superhero ever. It's literally yay oldie Batman. You got a problem with Robin Hood?
Taxes. Oh.
Super chat.
Of course, Rob would have an issue with Robin Hood.
Not gay enough for you, Rob.
Columbus Day isn't until the 10th of October. Lol, says Nate Callis. Well, I mean, I
thought it was October 12th.
You should know.
Camel doesn't even know his history, and you're giving us shit. We're in Australia. Come on, man.
Yeah, I'll Google it. I'll have to
come on, man.
The news to my wife if it's not.
When's Australia Day?
J
Lee.
Oh,
and what does Australia Day commemorate?
It is October 10th, but I guess it's just I think it's the second Monday of every. So maybe that comes out to the 12th on occasion.
So Camel's forgotten his wedding anniversary date for the last how many years, Camel?
Well, it's still the 12th. It's just, it's not Columbus Day every year.
Right, okay. Dim-witted Chicken says, I saw a movie named Robin Hood. Robin Hood.
I don't know if I want to see that movie.
You know, a movie I did see that I quite liked was that Robin Hood movie with what's his name? I don't know, the white guy. The white guy who's kind of boring looking.
Kevin Costner?
No. I like that one too. No, it's kind of recent.
The comedy one, like the Men in Tights one.
No, that one's okay. No, Jamie Foxx is in it.
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah,
Jamie Foxx, Kevin Costner. All right, I'm gonna look this up.
No, Kevin Costner's not in it. It's just Jamie Foxx, and it's the guy who's in Kingsman.
Oh yes, Charlie Hunnam. No, that's King Arthur.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I thought that was a good movie.
Maybe I don't know.
I've never heard of this movie before.
It came out. It just kind of came and went, and it was one of those movies that I think they wanted to be bad. They wanted to trample all over it, but it wasn't bad enough for that. But it's a fun action movie. I think it was quite good. What's annoying about that one too is that it sets up a sequel that is just never going to happen. They're never going to make that.
5.3 out of 10.
I think it's seriously underrated. I think anyone who watches it will have a good time.
Oh, I'm going to check out Uncharted score now. You can have a look at this. 6.3 out of 10.
It's better than that. I can promise you it's better than that.
Those Kingsman movies were pretty decent. I like those.
I liked the first one. The second one I thought was hard to watch. I couldn't finish it. With like Julianne Moore's putting people in a meat grinder, and it was like there was no blood. Oh, this is goofy.
The third one is pretty decent.
Yeah, I saw that one too. That was pretty good.
The second one is
rubbish.
Jay Lee, Errol Flynn Robin Hood is the best. I still have a soft spot in my heart for Prince of Thieves, but I do love the Errol Flynn Robin Hood. It is a classic.
Lame.
I remember, I grew up on the Errol Flynn version. I watched the the Kevin Costner one, and then I went back and I read a whole bunch of Robin Hood books, and obviously they're so different. There's so much Robin Hood lore, and I remember being like, that was the first time I was like, hang on, these adaptations are nothing like the source material. It's like a moment back in the day.
I just realized it's like 7:45, Mike. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
You have to get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, Camel, how are you feeling?
I'm here with you.
You got 45 minutes left in you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Like Thelma and Louise going over that cliff, grab your hand. There you go.
I just realized
Right
I'm not
off.
even in the camera here. See you,
All
Rob.
right, I'm gonna head out, guys. Catch you later.
All right, bye.
I guess that means I don't know how much more we'll be able to chat with the chat, but we'll do our best. Thank God that guy's gone.
Dickhead. Unbelievable.
Snarktacon didn't like the Costner one. Oh, I must see that. I must have seen
Really?
that movie like
Oh my god,
50
that was like one of my
times. I
favorite
love it.
movies growing up.
Yeah. I even had, you know what? I thought I had the figure, the Kevin Costner
Oh yeah.
figure. I Googled it and there was a whole series of other figures. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I had all of these. I had Little
really?
John, I had Morgan Freeman, I had Prince, what's his name? Like
Valiant?
no, the sheriff. I had
yeah.
all of them. And I'm like,
Alan Rick.
holy crap. And I just had this, when you've got a memory that's like buried and gone and you would never retrieve it until like the neurons find a path back. And it's like this moment and you're just transported back to your childhood. I must have been like 11 years old or something. And I was obsessed with that movie. Where did those figures go? I wish I still had them.
I hear that. I hear people say that. I don't have that. I have,
Really?
I don't, it's like a condition. I remember everything. So like, I just can remember like a full day in 5th grade. I can remember a full day. Yeah. So like when people tell me that, I'm like,
crazy.
oh, that sounds cool. Because I literally have every rejection in my life. Just like playing front and center in my brain every day. And I'm like, oh God, it's ended.
No, for me, it's more like imagine this vast library of files, and you just like to access an old memory, you've got to somehow find a connection to it, and it's there. It's just you gotta, you need something to trigger it, like a smell or seeing an image or something like that, and you'll get it back again. But other than that, like, I have a hard time. I mean, I remember stuff from when I was young, but
yeah, I remember
not
everything. I remember. I can tell you. I could pull any comic out and tell you how much I spent and where I bought it, how old I was.
oh wow.
It's not
You'd be good at
a
poker.
skill. I'm telling you. It's like,
It's
that's
a
the thing.
burden.
It really is. I'm just like, I don't need to know this. I don't, and like, I'm really good at reading micro expressions. And so like, I can tell like when people are thinking or how they're thinking sometimes. And yeah, that's just also like my EQ is higher than it needs to be for me to function. It's like, it just bogs me down. I'm like, I don't need this. Yeah. Dimwitted
I'm
Chicken says, I think
Googling
that's
this.
autism.
Yeah. I'm Googling this because I think I actually had this. I think you're exactly right. I think, oh my God, I even had the Lego. Oh, this is crazy. I'd forgotten all of this. Jeremy Vert says Sherwood Forest playset. Yes, I had. Where is it? I had
The
this.
playset was actually yeah, well, yeah, it was.
Oh my God.
That was actually.
Yeah, I had. Look, there he is. I had him. I had all this.
Yeah.
Oh
That was
my
from Star
God,
Wars.
I'm
That's from
being
Return of the
taken back.
Jedi. They just put those leaves on it.
Is that true?
Yeah,
That's
and what I did years ago, I used to be the mayor of Star Wars City, and I bought that instead because it had leaves on it, and I filled it with Wookiees, and I made that Kashyyyk.
Oh man, yeah, I had. I can't believe I remember all the little bits. That is so crazy. I wonder how old I was. I even had, all this stuff. I had all this. I even had this Lego set, this old Robin Hood Sherwood. I'd completely forgotten about this. This is crazy. Yeah, like I said, I remember it now. I remember having it, but if you had to ask me, I would have probably said no, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
Because I lost those.
My
those
favorite, I
files somewhere
remember
along the way.
Let me see if I can find it. I used to play with it all the time. It was a Lego set. It was a pirate set, but it wasn't. It was it's called Lock Up Lagoon, I think. Lagoon Lockup. All right, so I reversed the name. Yeah, this was great. I'll show you. Oh, you have it. Okay. And it was great because it had a little bar.
I remember so, that. I didn't have it, but I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know if I think I got it for my birthday. And yeah, it was like it had a bar and they had so I used to have them get drunk and then they would try to escape. But yeah, that was cool. $155. Holy cow.
Lego's funny. Like when Victoria has a bunch of money saved up from just birthdays over the years and stuff like that. The chat, Victoria had a crazy birthday one year and like the chat gave her like $150 or something. Mm-hmm. So she's got it all saved. And we were like, why don't we invest in some Lego? This stuff holds value like crazy. And it's something that she's interested in and she could like have in her room so she could be reminded that it's there. And we have Lego City over here. If I move my camera there, we've got the Hogwarts.
Oh yeah, you're getting it together.
Lego thing. I was like, yeah, teach her a little bit about investing. It's like, a couple $100, but it is pretty expensive stuff.
I had the gayest Legos ever. It was a hotel. It was a pink hotel. And it was called Lego Paradise. And I'm going to see if I can find it because I can't remember the exact name of it. Lego Paradise. What do we got here? Wasn't the cafe? Oh, it was the cafe, right? It was. Yes. This. I had this.
This explains so much.
Oh, wait,
that's the Ivory Tower.
It was the Ivory Tower place. I was so excited. I saved up for like a month to get this thing because what was cool about it was it came with a little car And I used to watch a lot of James Bond movies. So it was like, this was like my little James Bond set, you know? And this was, this guy had a tux and he had, you know, I was like, yeah, this is great. And yeah, it had a swimming pool.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it was really expensive. And then it attached to the beach. Let's see if I can find the beach. Oh, here's the, here it is. Yeah, the beach went in front of it. And, you know, we used to spend our vacations in Florida. So it was, you know, that I was like, oh, this is great. It was because, you know, there was a little bar. And anyway, so the thing is they made these for girls. And girls were not interested in them because they were still like, the only thing that made them really for girls was that they were pink. But I didn't care. I was like, this is Miami Vice. This is great. So that's... Did what a chicken says. Camel groomed himself. These are great. I would take these. These were my favorite sets. Yeah, the gay ass Paradise Lego sets.
I like Eric Grant's comment earlier. This stuff holds value. Bancroft pretending Lego is the new cryptocurrency. It may well be in the future. Yeah. Like you never know. Like I've got some Lego for you here. You never know.
Did what the chicken said. The self-insert Lego set. Yeah. Yeah, some of them were pretty gay though. Like, you know, they made like a horse stable. I was like, I'm not getting that. That's too much. It's a bridge too far.
It's too much. There's a bridge too far.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. It was the Lego Paradise stable. Let's see here. Nope.
While you're looking for that, Nate Callis for $5. Curious why there wasn't a Camel Knights this Friday. Always look forward to that show. Looking forward to next week's show. I had Clark's birthday, and yeah, Camel Knights for me takes place my afternoon, so my Saturday afternoon, and yeah, that was Clark's birthday, so I couldn't really say, well, you know, I know you only turned 5 once, Clark, my boy. But I've got to go stream with the boys like I do every week.
Have fun. Yeah, and I was packing orders. So actually, you know what? I'll bring it up now. I'll bring it up again on Wednesday. But we're gonna get through N or O. Actually, I just started doing the thank yous to O. And once we're done with that, we're gonna get him out this week, and then I'm gonna halt all of it because I have to get stuff ready for the campaign. So if you're after O, I won't get to your package until after the 14th. I'll make this, you know, I'll say it again next week or, you know, on Wednesday. But if you're at A through O, you should have your order out within the next couple days if you haven't gotten it already.
Is that first name or last name?
First name, actually. So, yeah, because that's the way that Indiegogo like sends the names down the list. So I was like, well, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, it was the same.
And oh, see, this was like they made like a wave 2 of these, and like they were really hard to find. Some of them were only released in Europe, I think, because I never got this one. This was a horse stable and an ivory tower. This is like high end. And then, oh man, I might have to get this for the show. The actual ivory tower Lego set.
Oh my god! With shark. Was that a dolphin or a shark? It's a dolphin.
It's a dolphin. A parasail. Captain Chokeout down here.
Is that Sheila inside, or no? There's Sheila under the thing.
Sheila.
There's me inside at the bottom.
There's you. This is kind of funny. There's me.
Oh my god, that would be so cool if you could grab that. Nate Callis for 5. Definitely understand. Happy belated birthday, young lad. Yeah, he had a great day. He got a new bike. I got a bike when I was 5, and my dad. We lived at the top of a hill, and he just put me in the park, tapped me on the bum, and just like, off you go. And I just rode straight down the hill and hit a tree, and yeah, that was it for me. I don't remember him teaching me to ride a bike after that. But yeah, we spent the day, you know, going in and out, you know, trying to get him to learn how to do the bike. He's fine. He's got the pedals down. He just needs to figure out the balance a bit better. It shouldn't be long. He's pretty good at that sort of stuff.
They made a restaurant too that was very rare, and I knew a really rich kid who
Imagine
had it.
Imagine the Camel Knights Lego set. Snarkticon says it's the Epstein Ivory Tower. Is that the Epstein Island play set? It looks a bit like it.
This was the restaurant.
This is you know what this is? This is from this is the Dramatize Me.
Oh
play set.
yeah,
It's the Restaurante.
but this one
She's
actually
about to
has
get like
here's
slapped
me,
or something.
here's Sheila, and with the red hair.
We get that Canadian guy who's in all the episodes with the gray
That's the
hair.
guy with the hat down here. That's the
Yeah.
that's the
He's about to berate that waiter.
This set is
You
not very
fucking
good. I
idiot.
mean, this is actually kind of crap. This is like leftover parts. Yeah, the Ivory Tower one is much better.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, this is $110. Yeah, right, bro. Yeah, right.
Too rich for your blood.
I just don't think it's worth it, you know.
Oh, Jay Lee just sent me what he's been working on while he's listening. I'm going to share that actually. It's pretty good. He's got a book called It's Steins, isn't it? I think he's written a novel, and now he's doing the adaptation, the graphic. I think that, correct me if I'm wrong, Jay Lee. But yeah, there you go. Looking nice. Looks like he's working traditional. Jay, you're missing out on all the awesome 3D Bannisters available to you by staying traditional. I'm just pointing that out. You know, take it or leave it. Schnelly, hello, darling. For £5. Wow, big spender. A $5 for the 5-year-old. Thank you so much. Jasper is like, yeah, people didn't call out his they hold value. Well, Victoria would just hold on to the cash. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's better than just holding on to the cash. And in 15 years, you got $200, which is worth nothing. You know, buy something. Like, that's what I did with comics, and now the comics are worth plenty.
Well, look
I bought them as a kid. not for as an investment. It's just something I wanted to have that is cool. Hang on, what are you looking at?
Ivory Tower Lego set in the box, $882.
Whoa.
That's insane, man. And this looks mint too. I mean,
who's laughing now? Eric and Jasper.
Yeah, really.
Hmm.
And this was probably the first time they offered a dolphin.
First appearance.
Yeah, first appearance of a dolphin. I like this guy up here is like no pants on. He's like, whoa.
That's what goes on. That's what goes on in the upper levels of the Ivory Tower.
Just walk around without pants all day. Yeah. Yeah, these prices. This one's $900. That's crazy. This is I never had this, but it was like a carnival, and this is going for unopened $325. That's insane.
Crowdfund that tower, says Michael Deitcher. Yeah, that's what we want. Let's get that. That could be a stretch goal or a perk.
Buy Camel is Ivory Tower Lego.
Buy
set.
Camel is Ivory Tower Lego set. You can have it. You can set it up like you can do like put proper lights on it and everything, so it still fits in the same theme as what you've got on the show. And then you can have like Ivory Tower cam. Let's go check out the tower. Each episode you could have
another scene unfolding.
Yeah. Jack Stafford, no pants, so it is Epstein Island.
Oh, these fucking sets are so cool. I do wish I was younger just to play with them, you know.
No, for me it's just the building. I don't.
The play was. I mean, like the build was fine, but I used to like play with them all the time, like have little stories and shit.
Yeah, that's what my kids do, but I don't know. I kind of like, I thought, let's go back and build something new. That's what I enjoyed more than and that
Well,
stuff.
my wife got me that Lego Batmobile, so that was actually fun to build. Like, you can't really play with it; it's kind of more of a model when it's done. She bought me the
Yeah.
Batplane last year for Christmas, and I haven't had time to even take it out of the box yet because we've been like getting shit in the house together and finishing the rooms off with furniture, and I'm doing the hail salad stuff. And I was like, I'll have to just wait till next year to open this. All right, let me stop looking at Legos before I start buying some.
I got the back in the day. I used to buy just Star Wars stuff because that's where I worked, stacking the shelves in the toy section. And whenever there was something cool that came in, I would grab it. I would put it to the side and use my staff discount and get So that's why I got like Star Wars X-Wing, Star Wars Imperial Shuttle. But yeah, and then I got the Millennium Falcon one Christmas not too long ago. Yeah, I mean, it took like 3 days to put together. I mean, I wasn't doing it all day, obviously, just here and there.
Yeah.
It's
You
fun.
worked at a toy store?
But it's just like models. No, I worked at a Walmart type.
Oh,
place,
okay. I worked at a
I
KB
worked in the
Toys.
toy section.
Did you guys have KB Toys?
Nah,
That was
we
my
have our
first
own.
job.
We had Toys R Us, but
Oh. Yeah, I
they
used
went
to
under.
work at KB Toys. It was my first job was actually like newspaper, but when I got like a real job, it was at KB Toys, and I worked there over Christmas, and yeah, we used to take so much shit. We used to take it out of the garbage, and then come back and be like, "Oh, look at all these Lego sets that we found in the trash." It was a grand grift.
I used to know all of the Dragon Ball Z characters because there was just like a year where every second kid would come in and be asking for this character or that. So I had to just sort of learn it all. Otherwise, I would just be constantly looking like an idiot, just kind of scratching my head saying, I don't know, kid. But like I had to learn all, and I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z now. I couldn't even say a single thing about it. But yeah, back in the day, this is the third series with this character who's got that whatever. When
I was at KB, Pokemon got really big. So it was like 99. And we had to certain KBs in the county were like supposed to set up tables for tournaments that would happen every Sunday. The kids would come in with their cards, right? And so the kids would come in and they would whatever, they would look to play Pokemon, like the trading card game. But we were a very high profile store, and there was really bad parking. And so they never did it because there was nowhere for the parents to drop off the kids. So we didn't do it. But we got all the stuff in. So we got all of the badges, and that's why Don Juan de Pokemon has all those badges, because I just took them from KB Toys. I was like, all right, I'll just put them on this jacket. And we would get kids that would come in with their portfolios, and they would have these like incredibly rare Japanese cards, and they would be like, hey, do you have any like cards that you guys can give us? And so I would trade the kids cards that we had for their rare Japanese cards. So I had like a binder of cards that I grifted these 6-year-olds.
Evil Moon.
And the best part is that like they would be like, hey, look at this. You like this Blastoise? And they were like, wow, I've never seen that. And the reason they never saw it is because it was a KB exclusive. And they were like, well, I'd be like, I really like that holographic Japanese Zapdos you got. And they'd be like, no, I can't trade it. I'm like, well, and I would just put the card away. And they're like, no, it's okay. And they were like, how many do you have? I was like, this is the only one. But we had hundreds and hundreds of them. There were so
you
many
sound like those pricks at the comic book stores for like kids like me who came in too late for Spawn or Spider-Man or whatever. And, we just didn't catch it on the newsstand. And then, a few months later, it's like $25 or something. And they're like, oh, it's super rare collectible item. And it's not. It's just they're just friggin' hiding it in the in the back.
Yeah, that's all it
They've
was.
got like hundreds of copies of it, but I don't have access.
We would
to
get
that.
these like pallet boxes, and there's just like 1,000 of them, the same card. Just they're like, that's the last one, bro.
McShort says, Camel, you're a dick. Snarkticon
Yeah.
says, Camel kicked Tiny Tim's crutches.
What's up, asshole?
Hey, look, the older generation scams the younger, and then they go on and they end up scamming the next generation. It's a time.
Oh, it's this card too. This is the one that I got.
What happened to it?
Who knows? It probably just got lost in a move or something. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
The kid came back to steal it back.
It was this one. Like here's the thing though. This is mint, right? Graded. I mean, like to get it basic. Oh, I got this off a kid too. This was the movie edition Mewtwo or Mew.
I know nothing about any of this stuff.
I did a lot of research when I was making the movie, but like that was. Oh, I had this. I did have this. Yeah, actually, it's some good fucking cards.
If you had kept hold of them, you'd be friggin' loaded.
I mean, I wouldn't have sold them. I don't sell anything. I still have all my shit. So let's see if I can find
hidden somewhere.
No, I mean I've moved so many times. I've been through all my stuff. Let's see what the KB Toys Pokemon card. Does it even have it? It was like a promo card. Maybe, let me see here.
Caveat emptor. Fuck Google. Buyer beware. Trader beware. If you're 6 years old, don't trust the... How old were you?
16.
Don't trust someone 10 years your senior to give you a fair deal. I used to do it with my brother. We have coins here. Like we don't have bills or notes, whatever you want to call them, for like $1 and above. We've got coins. So the $2 coin is small and gold. The 50-cent coin is one of the biggest coins in the world. It's this massive friggin', I don't know, it's got like 10 sides on it. It's this weird ass coin. I used to always swap them with my brother. I'd say, hey, swap me your little coin for this really big coin. And he would always do it. And I made so much money. I mean, like $1.50 is a lot of money when you're like 8 years old. And yeah, here I was, like just scamming my brother out of $1.50 every single time. Because he was like,
look,
yeah.
We did them a favor, okay? You have to get scammed at some point in your life so that you're aware of how people act. Yeah, I would do it again. I have no qualms about it whatsoever. That's how you learn. You learn
Exactly.
like that guy, that douchebag
Learn the
scammed
hard
me out of
way.
my hollow foil Pokemon card.
It's called a life lesson. It's like every time when I tell Clark about the realities of me working, he learns. I tell him like,
When I was growing up, my dad said to me, it was my stepdad. He had 2 scratch-off lottery tickets. And he's like, you can have whichever one you want, but whatever you win, you win. Whatever I win, I win. And I was like, okay, it's fine. So I took the left. And I just start. He's like, are you sure you don't want to switch? And I was like, no. He goes, are you sure? Because you can have whatever's on this other card. So I said, okay. I was like, you know what? Sure, let's switch. So we switched. And I undid it. I got, $2. And he did it $500. And I thought, well, maybe because he was, maybe he'll give it to me. You know, like he'll feel bad or sorry. No, he got $500. That was the life lesson. It was like, that's what happens, you know?
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Dimwitted Chicken says, now Russian roulette with the kids doesn't sound so bad. Life lessons. It's like you make it, you're good. It's like you've passed through the trial. And yeah, you're on your way. We got 80 people here. Do you want to give them a push for Boots and Heels? A little pitcheroonie.
Yeah. Yeah, we're launching in 2 weeks. I'm sure most of you guys know. We'll be launching noon here on Bancroft's channel, 2 a.m. for him. So,
I think it's actually going to be 3 or 4 a.m. because we actually no, maybe it might be earlier, which might be better. It might be 1 a.m., which is probably better for me.
Whenever
I'll
it
figure
is.
it.
Yeah.
Whenever it is. I can actually do it.
We're doing that for about, I don't know, what do you think, 2 hours?
Whatever.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? I mean, actually, it's 3 a.m. I find that it's good to have, for the launch stream, it's good to have some pace to it, some energy. And if you go too long, I mean, I'm sure we'll be able to, like 2 hours will be fine. But like if you go too long, for me, I feel like you start losing steam and like better to kind of then go on to a different stream that is a bit more relaxed and you're just sort of chilling out, and it's less about shilling and it's more just about celebrating the launch, and backers will still keep coming in.
So
Jasper's got to go. See you, Jasper.
Night. We'll do that. Yeah, so I don't know where I'll go from there. Maybe EVS will have me on. We'll see. And otherwise, yeah, I'm sure I can go other places. I might even stream myself. And then I'll go out to dinner with my wife and then come back and I don't know. There's a bunch of people that are streaming that night, so I'll see who I can pop on. And then we'll do Camel Nights as the first ever shill stream. And we'll go, but it'll still be Camel Nights. Like we'll still do this. We'll stop intermittently to look at the campaign. And then the Saturday after that night will be on Jeremy's podcast. And I'm assuming the Monday, I mean, I probably won't be on Kings, but I'll definitely try to get on Post Kings. So yeah, those lots and lots of streaming coming up. And if you want to get on it, if you want to get, where is it? This cover here on the left, an exclusive holo foil. The only way to do it is through an email. I will send you the link as soon as it goes live. And it's a pretty good tier. It's only going to be $25. And it's going to be super polished and nice. It'll be the same holo foil that I used for this comic here. And we'll also have a second chance for Hail Salad. It'll have a slightly varied cover. What else are we going to have? Oh, we're going to have this here as the lunchbox. Actually, that's the airbrushed one. Do I have the regular? God damn it. Everything go away. Where is it? This one. So this will be the lunchbox. And that lunchbox tier will come with a double-sided poster where you can either display it like this, the old school Jack Kirby, or this airbrushed 80s side of a van looking painting, which I think looks quite great.
Yeah, it's cool. Like give people the option.
Yeah. So those are going to be on the lunchbox. It'll come with a shirt. This will be the image on the shirt. The shirt comes with the lunchbox. So yeah, lots of stuff. And it's 4 issues, which I know a lot of people haven't done. So these are the first 3 issues. And you can get this as its own tier. You can get the Comics Gators versus the X Them as its own tier. There's gonna be a lot of options. I think we have 8 to 10 tiers, and I don't think anything is a double up. So if you want to get multiple things or different things you never have to worry about getting dupes of things if you want to back multiple tiers. So everything is priced accordingly so that you're not going to be overspending. And we're definitely going to have some nice entry level tiers. If you get on the email, there's a $25 tier. If you don't want to be on the email, there's a $20 tier. I'm trying to think here. There's going to be a featured tier that has everything. So yeah, a lot of stuff. Okay. Nate Callis says, Camel, just stream on your channel. The masses love you.
Yeah, especially after you launch.
Eventually.
It will. I think it'll be a good. Yeah. Look, during campaigning, it's kind of like all bets are off. Like you don't really have to stick with your set thing. Like I think you should go a little bit harder than you otherwise normally would, with your streaming and stuff like that, especially in that first week.
Yeah.
So, and like you always said, like if you've got your own car, take it out for a spin. And there's nothing quite like your own audience. The people who are your fans, who are there for you. It's great getting onto other people's channels, obviously, but yeah, you see it with others as well. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have art tiers. There's gonna be, we're even doing. Actually, I haven't even made a graphic for it yet, but there's gonna be a very special. Well, it's only gonna be 15. Well, technically 20, because some of them are gonna come with original art. But it's gonna be all 4 of these issues, and the font, like the header, is all gonna be in a platinum foil, and all of their masks are gonna be platinum as well. And there's only gonna be 20 of those. They'll be signed. And that'll be probably the rarest thing that we'll offer. And if you buy one of the original pieces of art, which is going to be the covers of the campaign, you'll get those 4 issues for free. They come with it. So it's going to be it's a nice little pack-in if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I have to make the graphic for that.
Camel hard. Dan says, Camel, check your DMs. I just sent the cover.
Okay. Take a look. Oh, that was quite excellent. I'm not going to show it, Dan. I know you want me to. It's tremendous.
Know, it's like
I'm gonna show it on the show Friday. It's amazing.
Trust us, guys. Yeah, we're not going to show that, but you can have a look at this. I mean. Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Ooh. You know what I will show you if you're interested? I'll show you. Here you go. That's the club card. That's the Ivory Tower membership card. On the back, it'll say the not a member membership, and it'll have like the QR code and another.
It'd be cool if you could print that on like a sparkly. Plastic.
Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be legit. It'll be like a metallic plastic metal card, and then it'll have the gold will be gold foil, so it'll actually be like a legitimate like high end credit card.
Nice.
I have to go to the bathroom, so I don't know if you're gonna wrap this up.
We've got we can wrap it up. That's fine. So do sign up to Boots and Heels, and also look, if this is really enticed you here, this Bannister, this will be the most famous Bannister in all of Comicsgate now. The infamous Bannister. If you like the look of this, if this really scratches that itch for you, like you're like wondering what have you been missing in all of comics? And now you realize, I never knew it was this. Do sign up to Painted Death. It is, we're coming along. I've got, I think this is on page, actually I can tell you, I don't even have to lie. This is on page 83, this panel. So the book is 90 pages, I think. So it's getting pretty damn close now. It's going to feel so good. I tell you, it's going to feel so good to launch a book with either all of or the vast majority of the line art done. And we passed 1,000, so it's not like we have a big threshold to get to, but like 1,020 signups, and that's like the Rob Arnold thing to do. Let's get to 1,020. Traced like none other, said Dimwitted Chicken. Thank you. Yeah, look, this is the thing. I was defeated. I was broken. I was humbled and I was shamed when I tried to draw this last time. And I thought, I could try again, or I'll just grab a banister. I know I've got some 3D programs. I know where I can get some banisters. I got them. I put them in there. I tweaked them around a bit. And now we have a banister. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, you're not going to look at it for more than 2 seconds, but, you know. Bannisters are the best Game of Thrones. Is this the one Camel will be pushed off of? Maybe. I saw Checkout was in here earlier and he's like, this could be the banister at the top of the ivory tower. It really could. It does have that. I mean, this guy here has that vibe going on for sure. He's looking down with scorn upon the people. All right. Thank you everyone for watching and joining and hanging out with us on another draw stream. I really enjoy doing these. I have a video already recorded, unbelievably, for tomorrow, so I'll see you in a premiere for that. Other than that, I want to thank Camel. I want to thank Rob. The biggest thank you of all goes out to the wonderful, the amazing, the most incredible, sexiest, and phenomenal chat in all of CG. I will see you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye.